Hello all, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to talk about the AWS uploader with image compression nuget package. Alright, this package allows you to compress, add watermark and upload the file to the AWS S3 bucket. Alright, however, this package behind the scenes, it uses magic.net and the AWS S3 SDK in order to upload the file, and magic.net for compressing and adding watermark to the image. Now, magic.net itself is a very powerful package. You will get tons of option over here in order to manipulate your image. You can do many things. You can check out the official documentation of this magic.net over here. So you have the option of resizing the image, reading the image, converting the image, combining the image, and converting PDF also. Like, there are tons of options, guys. You can do many things with this library. All right. So just to simplify these things, just to simplify those configurations and all those things, I have created this package so that you just have to, call the method, pass the parameters, and your job is done. All right. Now let's check out the code implementation of this package. All right. Here I have created a new console application over here, and I have added this nuget package. You can search for it, and along with that, some configuration and user secrets just to have this API key and the secret that is available for the AWS bucket. All right. So for the API key and secret, you have to generate by yourself. If you go to your AWS console, then you have this security credential over here. You can check this out and you can create your credential API key, which is the API key and the user secret. All right. Now let's try to implement the compression and uploading of images. All right. Before that, what we are going to do over here is, first we will try to compress and upload the image to the AWS S3 bucket, and then second we are going to compress the image and save it to the local directory. So if you don't want to upload it to the S3, then you can save it to your local directory as well. And third, we will be adding a watermark, and after adding a watermark, you can save it to your local directory or you can upload the image to AWS S3. And fourth is, we will compress, add watermark and upload the image to the AWS S3 bucket. All right. So here, this is the directory that I have 5 files over here with different sizes. So let's configure it and let's try to compress the image. So for that, you need to create an iMageService class object. So this is the object, image service equal to new image service, and this accepts an is3 image uploader. All right, the object of is3 image uploader. So let's create the instance of that is3 image uploader. S3 image uploader equal to new S3 image uploader. And here you have to provide the access key and the secret key that I have already configured in my user secrets. All right. You can generate that and you can keep it in your app settings if you're using ASP.NET Core. All right. So this is the API key and the API secret and the region endpoint. For this tutorial, I am going to select the region endpoint as Mumbai. All right. So the region endpoint over here will be AP South 1, which is Mumbai, India, and then the bucket name, of course. So this is my bucket name, which is testing bucket -010. All right. Now this object has to be passed in this parameter for the image service, so that while uploading the image, it will use this object, and for compressing, it will use the magic.net. All right. So the second option over here is the image compressor configuration. So though it has a lot of configuration options available, but I have just added few of these configuration. I have exposed only few configurations so that it will be easier to implement that. So either you can create an object of this image compressor configuration, or you can pass as an action like this. Config, or let's say without the bracket, config, and there you go. Now config dot, you have this watermark position. So if you are going to add a watermark over here, you can mention the position over here. So you have this image, this enum called image magic dot gravity, and here you can select in which position that watermark should be placed. All right, so you can select any of this position over here. I'm going to select as southeast, which will be, I guess, bottom right or left, I guess left. And next is the transparency. This transparency is actually should be mentioned from 0 to 10. All right, so which means 0 is for 0% and 10 is for 100%. So I'm going to give the transparency as 2, all right, which is 20%. Now the next option over here is to maintain the aspect ratio. Now this is required because whenever the image is being compressed, it also resizes the image to a specific size that you can check out in the documentation as well. All right. So by default, this value is true. If you make it false, then it will resize without maintaining the aspect ratio. Now, if you want to change the threshold, the default threshold that we have for the min width and the max, sorry, for the max width and the max height, you can have this configuration over here, which is max width. All right. And for example, if I give over here as 400 and the max height as, let's say, same 400. So what will happen, whatever the size of the image is, any one of this condition will be applied. If the image width is more than 400, then it is going to resize that image till the max width of 400, and the height will be like depending on the aspect ratio, whatever it is, it will calculate that and it will have that height. It doesn't mean that whatever the image size is, for example, if the image is a landscape, it will just make the maximum width of that image as 400 and the height will be something else depending on what was the size of that image. All right, so here I'm not going to touch this because we already have some default configuration over here. After this, you can directly use this service, image service, in order to compress, watermark and upload async. And then we have compress and upload async. Let's use this. All right, this will give you a response in return. It will be an image service response. All right, so here you have to select the source image stream. So I'm quickly going to add one image, which will, I'll select this, let's say this 5.jpg, which is of 6.66 MB. All right, so let me check this. Image 5 is equal to the path of that image, copy as path, there you go. All right, and let's give this image 5 as the source path and the key file name. Now the key file name is when the image is being uploaded to the bucket, what should be the file name over here. So if you leave that empty, it will name it as a GUID, default some GUID. All right, now this result has got this put object response. This is something which is coming from the AWS S3 SDK. All right, so this will let you know that whether this image upload was successful or not. So you can check by using this HTTP status code. If the HTTP status code is okay, then you can uh, give a success message, or else you can give an error message. All right, and then we have over here the image compressor response. So this will let you know whether the image was successfully compressed or not. For some specific types, it does not apply that compression logic. All right, for some reason, I don't know, this is from the magic.net itself. So for that, it will have the value as unsuccessful over here. All right, and it will give you these options as well, where you can get what was the original image width, and after image compression success or not, a boolean value. Then you will have the output file path, what is the path where it has been stored. All right, but if you are uploading it to S3, then of course this will be empty. Then we have this after compression size in bytes. So it is also going to give you that after compressing it, what is the size in bytes. All right, and you get this option as well, where it says original image height, original image width, and original size in bytes, and then output file stream over here. So if you are expecting an output in a file stream, then it will give you the output file stream instead of storing it in a local directory. So let's first check whether this image is getting uploaded or not, and while uploading it is compressing or not. So let me run this. I'm not logging anything over here, just console.readline, and I'm not sure if it has been uploaded. Let me refresh this. There you go. So you can see over here it is just 115.6 KB right now. Let's open this. There you go. Now if you want to store this image in your local directory, you can, instead of calling this image service, you can call just the image compressor and compress the image just like that. And here I'm going to give this as image 5 and the output directory. Let's specify the output file. We'll be storing it in the compressed folder with the name as same file underscore compress.jpg. All right, and let's print this into console. Let's run this. There you go. The original size in bytes was 6989951, which was around 6.9 MB or 6.8 MB. And you can see over here, after compression size in bytes is just 118378, which is like 118 KB around. All right, and the original image width is 6192 pixels, and the height is 8256 pixels, and the resized image height over here is 1200, and resized image width is 900. All right, so after, while compressing the image, it also resizes that image to a specific threshold that you can set by yourself. All right, now say this is the compressed image and this is the original image. Now of course this is big resolution image, so you can zoom in till this text, while as in this compressed image over here, still the text is visible. For example, if you are making use of this image just for the web, all right, so this much of compression is enough. All right. So here you can see till this, it's pretty clear. There is no distortion in this image, right? Now let's try and add the watermark to the image. All right. Now over here I have a small logo. You can have anything over here in order to apply a watermark to your image, like this small logo over here. Now let's try and add that logo to this image that we are using. Yeah. Now for adding a watermark, just to add a watermark and save it to the local folder, we can use the same class that we are using for compressing the image. So let's go ahead and create a watermark over here. So image service dot the image service dot image compressor add watermark. All right. So here you can specify the source image path or the source image stream. So I'm going to specify the same path as image 5 and the watermark path. All right. So now you have to specify which watermark should be applied to that specific image. I'm going to use this path. All right. Let me create a variable over here. Logo, let's say. Image file, logo, and then the output file path. Now the output, I'm going to save it in the compressed image itself. Let me go ahead and 5 underscore watermark. All right. Now remember over here we have given or chosen the transparency of the watermark as 2, which means 20% transparency. All right. Now depending on the image or on the watermark that you are going to apply, you may have to choose by yourself the transparency. You may have to select by applying different transparency levels, because it totally depends on the background of image that you are using and the watermark, image color, everything that you are applying on that image. All right, now let's go ahead and apply this watermark. Now this is going to return you a response after adding a watermark, a success response, I guess. Yeah, so it is going to return you a boolean value. All right. Success. Yes. Okay, let's run this. Watermark success true. Let's see over here. So now we have the compressed image and the image that we didn't compress, but we added a watermark over here. Let's open this up. Now you can see this has been applied. This watermark has been applied with 20% transparency. Now let's add 50% transparency over here. For that, I need to have the value as 5. Again, I'm going to run this. It's gonna overwrite the file over here. Now you can see this is 50% transparency. All right. Now let's have just 1% transparency. Sorry, 10% transparency. Now the logo will be more visible, or the watermark will be more visible, since we have applied just 10%. transparency over here. So as you can see over here, and the position of the watermark, as I said, we have selected as southeast, which is like a bottom right actually. And if you want to place it in the center, you can choose center as well over here. All right, now let's run this again. Yes, and let's see, now this has been placed right in the center. All right, similarly, if you want to select the top left, then you can select northwest. Right, and yeah, you can apply the transparency in decimal points as well, because the data type of this transparency is double. You can apply accordingly, like if you want to apply 2.5%, you can apply that as well, as you can see. All right, now let's compress, add watermark, and upload the image to the bucket. Now over here I'm going to select the transparency as 1.8 because I want to make the watermark more visible. All right, so I guess 1.8 will be enough, and let's now upload the image, like compressing, adding watermark, and uploading the image into AWS S3 bucket. So for doing that, you have method in the image service itself, like compress, watermark, and upload async. Now this method is going to return you the image service response that we got earlier while uploading the image as well. All right, so here you have few parameters, which is the source image stream. So I'm going to select this image 5 only, and the watermark image as logo, and the key file name over here, compress underscore watermark image. All right, response equal to this. All right, we can serialize this response now and check whether it has been uploaded or not successfully. Let's try to write this response as indented. So I'm going to specify JSON serialized options over here. Write indented equal to true. All right, let's run this and let's check it out. Perfect. As you can see, we have got the response, and the HTTP status code over here is 200. So the image compression is also successful. Let's go ahead and check the bucket over here. I'm going to refresh this, and there we have this compress underscore watermark underscore image. Let's click this and open this. As you can see, the image has been compressed and the watermark also has been applied. All right, and the size is just 120 KB. So if you compare with the existing compression that was applied to the same image, it was 115, and just a 5 KB of watermark has been applied. So you can explore other options as well in this, and soon I'm going to update this package as well. I'm going to add more options in order to validate image as well. So that is it for today, and please subscribe, like, and comment on this video. I'll be creating more NuGet packages to make the life easier. Alright, so thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.